it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video for you. I just received in the mail my Sigma Untamed Complete Collection set. Now, I purchased this from Sigma's website. I was able to get it early since I bought the whole collection, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to get this palette or not, but I had so many people talking about wanting it, and I was like, well, we can try it out and see. And I've never tried Sigma brushes before, so I got the complete collection because it does have some brushes in it, but I also picked up the Sigma Ultimate blending brush set and the Eye Basic brush set. Now, the complete collection retails for $188, but because this was my first Sigma Beauty purchase, I got 25% off of it, so this was $141. And it came rather quickly, so I was super excited about this. I ordered it on Tuesday and today's Friday, so it took 3 days to get here, and it did come by United States Postal Service. So the complete set comes with the multitask brush set and makeup bag. So it does have some face brushes, a couple of eye brushes, looks like this. Then we also have 4 lip products. So we have the lip gloss in Heartfelt. I do like their packaging. That is actually really, really nice. Very soft. Ooh, that's pretty. We'll go ahead and swatch these out so we can kind of look at them and decide what we want to do. So that is the Heartfelt lip gloss. I'm not the biggest fan of the applicator for the lip gloss, but you know, if it works good or works well, then we'll see. But that is a pretty color. Next up is the shade Passionate. But the shade Heartfelt is definitely more of a magenta. It has a little bit of blue reflect in it. The shade Passionate definitely pulls a lot more plum mauve. Looks like that. Very, very pretty. I'm not sure if they're all lip glosses or not. Next up is a lip gloss shade in the shade Dazzling. I can't talk today. Which looks like this, which is a very pretty nude with a whole lot of glitter in it. A whole lot of glitter. That is stunning. But it's not like I needed absolutely any more lip glosses, but you know, it is what it is. And last up is a liquid lipstick in the shade Dapper. So, I was excited to try this, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh, I like that color. So I guess we're gonna do a liquid lipstick and then maybe add a little bit of gloss on top. But that is a beautiful, beautiful nude shade. Very stunning. And we'll let that sit there and dry while we open up the palette. So as you can see, it is called the Untamed palette, and it does have this beautifully flocked zebra print on the outside. And it is 12 shades, right? 14 shades. 14 shades. And this was probably the one that was closest to a color story that I would enjoy, because their coral palette was pretty. Oh, so it's the same flocked on the outside. And I do like how they do their shades on the back of the packaging. Look how nice that looks, because it is very easy to tell what shade is what. Oh, how cute. I even love how they did their plastic. Everything is so detailed. Nice magnetic closure. That's definitely nice, so that's not going to sit there and flop open, because sometimes the magnets aren't nice. And then it does come with a beautiful brush. And then they also have the Enchanted collection, which interested me a little bit more, but not as much as this did. So you open her up and she looks like this. Very, very beautiful. It's got some greens in here, and y'all know I am a sucker for some army greens. So we're gonna go ahead and start swatching. So the first shade right here is Docile. Oh, that's beautiful. These feel really nice. Next up is Spirit. Then we have the shade Feral. Envy. Oh, that's gorgeous. I have a feeling that's going to be on my eyes today. Okay. Hustle. Beautiful. Moxie. Loyal. Wicked. Oh, that's a good black. Instinct. Rebel. Dry off my fingers. Camouflage. Oh, that's stunning. Boho also excites me. Boho. Fierce. Oh, that's beautiful too. And last but not least, Dauntless. So that's what they swatch like. So they swatch very, very beautifully. I am very excited to play with the shade Boho and Camouflage. Those are like my jam completely. And now that that liquid lipstick's been sitting there a while, still has a little bit of transfer. Now I'm not sure if that's because it's not completely dry, but I don't want to leave it on my hand any longer. But we'll find out when we put it on our lips too. But just like all the other eye videos that we do, we're gonna start off blank face and do our eyes, and then we'll mess with the rest of it. Okay, so I'm excited to be able to play with some Sigma brushes. As I said, I haven't messed with any Sigma brushes before. That feels really nice. I think that this would make the best bronzer brush. Like that shape right there, that's the F47 multitasker. Very soft. And the tapered face, under eye powder, come on now. Angled contour, so again, we're for contour or for blush. Then we have the E55, which is the shader brush, great for your metallics, and the E27, which is just a detailed blending brush. I love little brushes because I have some like space on my lids, but sometimes I don't want to go, like I want to wear brights, but I don't want to go too crazy. And then we have the complete eye brush set. And it's not like I needed any more brushes. And I have put stuff in the cart at Sigma so many times and then taken it out because it's like I hardly ever will place an order just for a brush set. It's not that I don't love brushes, they're awesome. These are so nice and weighty, and the ferrule on them is nice and bright silver. They feel really, really good. And then, but like typically for me, there has to be something else that draws me in for me to purchase a brush set. Like, even when I used to buy from Morphe and stuff like that, I would not order just brushes. Like there had to be another thing that I wanted at the same time to be able to use that. So we got plenty enough eye brushes to sit here and play with. So we should get hopefully a darn good look. We're gonna find out. So I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Anti-Aging. Just take a little bit of that. There we go. Now, excuse my brows, they're starting to get bad again, but I'm gonna go get them done next week. I don't know how y'all are about brows, but for myself personally, with as fast as my eyebrows grow in, I have to go get them done at a minimum every 2 weeks. If not, they look crazy. So I got the anti-aging primer spread out. So what do I want to start with? Do I want to go ahead and dig into boho? You know, I think that's the way we're gonna go. So we're gonna take the brush that came with it, which is the E38, the diffused crease brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade boho, which is that mustardy shade, which again, that is pigmented, beautifully so. Very easy to work with. I don't know how complex we're gonna go with today's eye look. Might keep it a little bit simpler, we'll see. But these grungy colors like this, that is like, I love bright colors, don't get me wrong. Y'all have seen me, if you've watched me for any time period at all, I will work with brights as well as neutrals, but my favorite thing in the world for eye looks is stuff like this, which are those, they're still colored, like colorful, they're not your basic browns and stuff like that, but they're muted in a way that it almost kind of looks like they were drugged through the dirt, which to me is like everything. Like that is what makes me happy. I'm gonna grab the E40 and then go into that cream shade, the docile shade, and just take that ever so slightly and just use it to diffuse the edges, partially because my eyebrows need to get done, and that's what I'm wanting to work with. And I'm gonna go back into the shade boho, that mustard. But this is like my favorite. If I would ever design a palette, it would have the dirty mustards and the camo-y greens. That would be my thing. Just those dirty looking colors, I guess is the best way to say it. To me, it reminds me, you wanna know, honestly, whenever I think of the dirty colors, okay, so I was born in '83, so I'm older, and I grew up with grunge rock and things like that, Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, things like that, and those dirty flannels that they always wore, that kind of thing is the colors that I'm looking for. Look how pretty that looks. I mean, and that just blended like a dream. So easy. I mean, like nothing whatsoever. Okay, so let's take a smaller crease brush. Let's see what we got, because this is all new, so I'm not sure what brushes I have yet. I'm gonna take the E33 and we're going to go into the shade Camouflage, which is that beautiful, beautiful green. One of my dream colors. Oh, that is pretty. And I know a lot of people wouldn't do a dramatic eye like this for the daytime. I have no issue with it. This is my favorite kind of thing. But especially right now when everybody's rocking a mask, you can go a little bit heavier with your eye look and to make yourself stand out. I'm gonna take the E35 that was, is that what it is? Yeah, or E38, which is part of this set, the brush that comes with it, and just take and go over the shade Camouflage just to really diffuse the edges. Look how easily that blended. So far, I am very, very impressed with these eyeshadows. which knowing that makes it where I will definitely purchase more from them. The quality of these is leaps and bounds over Morphe. So, do I want to take it there with the black? Yes, I do. I'm going to take the E42 and I'm going to go into the shade Wicked, that black, very lightly, and just keep it on my outermost edge and then bring it tight into my crease. So as you can see, I'm not bringing it anywhere further than just my crease to give it a little bit more grungy depth. So if you look at this eye compared to this eye, see how much more deep set it looks, and that is because of the black. So not blending it out really, just because I'm not putting a whole lot of product on this tiny little tapered brush, but just enough to do the outer edge and smoke it out. So that looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now go back, smooth everything over. So pretty. Okay, now let's work on some lid colors. So I have my Too Faced glitter glue, which y'all know I always use for my shimmers because you can wet them, but I also just like to do this where I'm not wetting them, but it gives the colors some impact. And working with the glitter glue also does help with the fallout. That is beautiful. Now I will say this, that their shimmers are not like the most foiled I've seen, but they're still pretty. So now I think I'm gonna go into the shade Hustle. And I think what I'm gonna do is do like the shade Rebel underneath, so we can try out as many shades as possible. Now that goes really well together. And I'm just putting that shade, same brush, on my inner third of my eye. Very, very pretty. Take the black, lightly dust over the edge to make sure everything's nice and blended. Grab our blender brush. There we go. So what do you think so far? I think it's gorgeous. Now, if you'll give me a moment, I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face, and we'll come back and do our lips and lower lash line. So as you can see, I have the rest of my face on besides lips and my lower lash line. So we're gonna start off by putting on the Sigma liquid lipstick so it can have a chance to dry down before we do our lower lash line. That is a great nude shade. And so far, it feels extremely comfortable. Okay. Now, I would definitely say that that is awesome. The color is stunning. Especially, it's a little bit more warm and rich for a nude shade, so it'll be perfect for fall. So I'm gonna take the other side of the brush, which is a E54 medium sweeper brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Rebel right here. and just take and bring that on my lower lash line. Not all the way in, about 3/4 of the way in. Then I'm going to dust that off and then go into the shade Feral, which is just a tad bit lighter. And use that for the front quarter of my eye. Because I'm trying to use as many shades as possible. That looks so pretty. So now I'm gonna take the E70, which is like an angled shader brush like this, and I'm going to go into the shade Loyal and just use that to blend everything out. Okay, I got a little heavy on this side with the Loyal shade, so I'm just gonna take a clean brush. There we go. And typically, if you ever do go too heavy with an eyeshadow, which my eye looks probably always look too heavy, you can take a clean brush and just spend a little extra time blending it, and it kind of just goes away. But as you can see, oh sorry, kicked the camera tripod. This is definitely a flattering look for myself. I'm gonna use the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade, what color is this? CEO. It's a brown. I got this yesterday in a BoxyCharm and I was excited to try this. I'm just gonna put this in my waterline. So you see, definitely adds a little bit more depth. Again, this is not an eye look that everybody's going to want to wear, but I will. And I think I'm gonna go into the shade Spirit as my inner corner highlight. And this is a E05, which I'm thinking that this is probably more of a lip brush, but I could be wrong, or eyeliner. But I like this shape for adding a precise inner corner. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And the only thing that I'm seeing after that that's kind of a little heavy, I'm gonna take that clean brush again and just kind of go over, because this area in between my nose and my eye was looking just a tad bit dark. But doesn't dry completely down, but it does have a nice, comfortable formula. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of lip gloss in the center, and I think I'm gonna use the shade, what is this one called? Dazzling, the more nudie color. Just a little bit. That looks beautiful together. Mascara, and we're done. And while we're putting on mascara, we'll kind of talk about my thoughts on the eyeshadow palette especially. I think that Sigma, from what I've tested so far, has very, very good quality eyeshadows. They blended so well. I mean, you can look and see that that blend is smooth. And I've got older eyes. You know, I've got wrinkles, I've got things like that. My eyelids don't always want to stay the smoothest, and that looks beautifully smooth on my eyes. Another thing is the color story that is with this eyeshadow palette. I mean, it just kind of really does go together. You know, it has the Untamed theme, and then when you look at the colors, it definitely reminds you of the wilderness and safaris, that camouflage green, the boho. I mean, these are definitely colors that you're going to find if you went on an African safari, which I would love to do. So yes, I would definitely recommend this. I think the eyeshadow palette by itself is like $49, so it's not super high end. It's just a mid-tier eyeshadow palette. This is something, you know, it is a normal price to pay. And if you're looking for these kind of colors, or if you're looking for like the perfect fall palette, because this screams fall to me, I would definitely recommend this. This is stunning. So far with what I've used with the brushes, they're amazing. So Sigma brushes, 10 out of 10. The lip gloss, not sticky, looks beautiful. The liquid lip, I really can't tell you a whole lot since I just put it on and haven't worn it for a while. I did have a little bit on my teeth. But I guess that's it. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. And if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes some bonus ones. But I guess that's it. So we'll see y'all on Monday. Bye.